What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Okay, I'm preparing. Leave me alone. All right. What's up? It's your boy, Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. All right, I'm good now. All right, listen here, man. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. I did make the disclaimer. It's all good. I got 13, 14 things I'm doing at the same time right now, but it's all good. What's up, sis?
At the same darn time.
You know, same damn time. Yeah, man. Just got 13.
What's going on?
Got my trusty iPad with me. Got the phone on the side, man. I'm doing a lot right now. Just trying to make sure
the signs of a business man.
Got to do it, man. Got to do it. And it's been a great day too. Anyway, shout out to everybody out there who's making their dreams come true, step by step. Anyway, what's up, life coach?
What's going on?
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, busy week for a brother. Busy week.
It's all good, man. It's all good. You know what? We're going to do part 2, man. We may even have this may go up to part 5. Ain't no telling, okay? But
okay,
we want to make sure that we understand what's going on with the culture of education right now.
Education.
Yeah, and we want to celebrate the teachers as well. All right.
Moby.
What's going on?
Hey.
We're chilling.
What's happening, Mo?
What's going on?
So let me share something with you guys. Okay, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
These scammers, they're so funny. All right. You got a weak mind, you will be taken in by them. All right. So I decided I was going to play with one today, real quick. All right.
I do the same.
He got on. Wait a minute, and actually, everything's been blocked now. Okay, but he got on Facebook, pretending to be my cousin, right? Get all the stuff and this and that. So he's putting out. Well, he put this little math equation out. He said, well, this minus this was this. Give me the answer. You got $3,000. I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna watch this fool right now. So I gave him the answer. He said, inbox me. I inboxed him. All right. I said, as soon as I inboxed him, I said, bro, we know each other? He said, you comment on my post, right? I said, wow, a scammer. I said, it's cool. Roll me that 3,000. All right. Because it was supposed to be 3,000, right? I said, roll me that 3,000. Then he says, this isn't a scam. I said, okay, cool. Tell me who you are. Tell me how you know me. You my cuz. This particular cousin. Yeah, he said, you okay. He wouldn't talk about that, okay? So I just said, okay, how am I your cousin? No answer, right? I said, right, you don't know. I said, what's your mom's name? What's my mom's name? Come on now. He said, tripping. Then he says, this is the gift, this right here. He says, Gray, Grey. Why are you asking me this? And so I played with him. I said, okay, here's what you don't know. I'm FBI, and we've been tracing this account and others. Fair warning. And he says, LMAO. I said, okay, keep laughing. I said, don't block me or this account. Just leave it alone and you will not be prosecuted. He said, are you okay? I said, answer the questions that I asked for validity. I start using them words, right? So he says, where are you? I said, great question. Where am I? He said, I'll come to your house right now. I said, no, you'll come to my office. That's not necessary. We know where you are and we'll come to you. I said, your last opportunity, your mom's name. I'm blocked. He blocked. Cameras.
He was trying to really play it, though.
He really was.
I'm your cuz.
It ain't gonna work, bruh. You can't get me. Look.
Can't get me either. I had one. I had one that tried to pretend to be my sister. Y'all, listen. I asked him. I said, "Hey, you talked to Renard lately? That's my brother. He passed away in 2007. God rest his soul."
Wow.
I said, "You talked to Renard lately?" He said, "Yeah, just the other day."
Oh Lord, see,
nigga, you just a nigga. Get off of my phone.
Right?
They out there,
exactly.
Man. It's just a fair warning to everybody, man. First,
Man, they tough out there, though.
They are.
Go ahead, Maurice.
I tried to do a funny one on the scam one time. He got me back. I had to laugh. You know.
It's funny to me.
I said, uno, dos, tres. He said, cuatro, cinco, seis, and hung up.
Look, people are out here making a living for themselves. Okay, stop. Do that. Stop. Let them make their money. I understand this is a technology age where it's easy to get people's information and this. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? Scammers, stop, okay? Because you're not gonna get me. All right, and I guess they say never say never. All right, but you're not gonna get me. I'm to all you guys trick. I'm gonna ask some questions. All right, but you'll never get my account number. I don't need the money like that. $3,000. Okay, really? I don't need the money like that. Number one, but you're gonna prey on somebody who does, and you're gonna take their livelihood away. Okay, and you're gonna take their money, and it's not cool. This is why teachers to educate us like this. All right, for real. What's up, y'all? Again, man, I just wanted to share that with y'all because it was funny.
Nothing but free.
It's been a great day. It's been a great day. But let's talk about these teachers, man. Now, Life Coach, you weren't here yesterday, man, and I'm so glad.
That hour went fast yesterday.
It went fast.
I know it did.
We may have a teacher come on here today. Isha, who's the PTA president of a school in Gary, Indiana, she's going to jump on a bit later. But we are trying to understand, Life Coach. Teachers are getting ready to face another school year right now. Okay, it's not a full year, but it's the school term, and each year there's different challenges, different issues, and we're trying to find out what these teachers. Number one, we celebrate them because they have a huge task.
Definitely.
Period. All right. But on the other side, we want to find out what their challenges are. What do you think are some of the challenges that the teachers are facing?
You know what I really think it is? I think it's just dealing with these unruly kids. And I say that because the generation is just so different. It's wild when you hear people say that, who are older than you, and it's a generational gap between you and them. But then when now you are the one witnessing it, and you see it play out, you're like, okay, yeah, this joker out of hand. You know what I mean? I just look at how the kids are. Like, for instance, we got some new people who moved in next door, and they ghetto, like, extremely. I'm talking about, man, it's bad out here. I'm talking about always had a phone on speaker, talking loud. They playing the music coming out the apartment like it's a trap house, all this other stuff like that. They are wilding out, y'all. And I'm talking about ghetto, like shirt off, in shorts, and no shoes on, greeting people out in the parking lot type ghetto.
Right.
That's the type of ghetto.
Wow.
Oh, that's scary, homie.
And see, that carries on to the kids.
Exactly. And he has a kid too.
And those kids take that attitude, what they see, because I think every kid starting off, they're good kids. Shout out to Dinah Lynn Biggs, Biggs radio station. I'm sorry. Getting ready to go national. Y'all handle that business. Dinah Lynn, go ahead, do that, girl.
Nice. Congratulations, Dinah Lynn.
But these kids, they're innocent right off the bat. All right. They don't have none of that in them, but they go to school and something happens at school. This is just me saying this. I don't know for a fact. Okay. But something happens at school. And the strife and the difficulties they have at home is in them right now. Okay.
Exactly.
trying to make friends, but you know what? Now it's something that they see there at school that reminds them of something that happened at home, and they're going to act out. All right, and these teachers are the innocent victims sometimes. Now, yesterday, like Coach, we talked about the other teachers as well. You know, we're celebrating teachers, but we talk about the other teachers as well. Those teachers who, I guess, they're so desensitized now that they throw their hands up now.
Exactly.
You know, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't just let kids do what they do. You know what I mean? I just feel as an adult, you know what I mean? Now I have a responsibility now with me being that younger adult. Now I have a responsibility to try to lead some of these kids in a correct way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
exactly.
And it's a lot of young teachers out there. It's a guy my age who teaches, and we used to be cool and everything, but his attitude just towards the kids was like he was telling kids they suck. He was telling kids like that, oh, you not go to Mount Dustin, you're not gonna be good with that attitude that you having. Instead of trying to build the kids, it was just wild the stuff he would tell us, based on the kids he would see.
And
That's
I'm telling you,
horrible.
Coach, like I've spoke at a lot of schools
Mm-hmm.
and colleges as well, because I'm not going to leave them out, okay? Because those college students, they're just as bad. But you know, I see the desperation in some of their faces. They're trying to find out what next. What can I do to get out of this? What can I do to make it? You know, it doesn't work for them sometimes because these teachers don't enforce number one, the discipline, and number two, making them learn. And the discipline aspect of it is because if they do anything to these kids got cell phones. 911 is a luxury to them now. Bree says exactly. They will do that in front of the children, and the parents aren't correct.
Exactly.
His late mother was a teacher from 1949 to 2001. I do remember her, and she saw lots of evolving behavior in her students every year. She used to say that drug usage in the home and unsupervised kids at home contributed to the challenges she faced as an educator.
That makes some sense.
It does.
Because when you be around a lot of those, it was some kids that I grew up with, and their parents were kind of less involved, and they were more so in the streets and everything. And you could tell they reached out to people, you know what I mean? But then when they found out people was letting them down, they turned cold
and quick,
very quick. And it's crazy because even now today, you hear a lot of kids say, well, I don't like people. What, man, you 11, 12, 13 years old talking about you don't like people. You ain't even experienced people yet.
You know, we can say that.
Yeah, we can say that, but that kind of stuff just blows my mind. So then you start looking at also, it's not just a parental issue. Some of this is a cultural issue too.
That's what we were talking about last night. A good percentage of it is cultural. I mean, you got to remember there's a lot of things they see that they feel like they're, especially our culture, alienated. And then if you start stepping up into the other cultures, you see a lot of things that are in the freaking media that alienate the kids. I don't care too much for bashing them, but somebody got to tell them the truth.
Yeah,
I feel like bashing.
It's a way. It's a way to tell them without being negative. You know, when you speak that to children, they think that, and they believe it.
That's true.
You know, and that's I never gave negative affirmations to my kids growing up because they need a place of safety, and if they're getting bullied and talked about and called names in school, and they get it at home, where is the safe place for them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what? I kind of feel like I needed some of that truth growing up because I was kind of sheltered from that truth.
I'm just saying that truth is sometimes, I think, that put the backbone in us. If you think about it, and that's when I say truth, I mean the stuff that went on in our groups and our little social groups that we had.
Yeah.
And like I was saying last night, those social groups and social studies, the way to treat each other, have been pulled out of school and been replaced by the internet, you know, and social media instead of a adult teaching another, you know, I'm going to say a child or a student how to treat each other. There is a way to do that, and they have to be taught. It's just not a natural thing for all of them. Of course, you have some families that teach each other how to treat each other.
Absolutely.
True.
Shout out to Bella the Don. Okay, she's a social
Hey,
media.
Bella.
What's up?
She's doing the thing out there. All right. Shout out to you, sweetie. So where's the it takes a village to raise a child now? Where's that at?
Oh, don't nobody want to deal with that village with them badass kids.
A lot. Well, if you think about this,
We put a gate up with a lot
Exactly.
and
a lot of
barbed
those-
wire.
Go ahead, Rick.
a lot of those, parents and leaders got in trouble for trying to raise somebody else's kids. You think about this. Back in the day, if you screwed up, you got 2, 3, 4, 5 whoopings before you got to your parents.
Mhm.
And uncles, aunties, people that cared about you, and they told you that they cared about you. That's the reason why you getting this whooping. And it didn't make no sense until you got much older, and you see your kids messing up, and you say, "Hey, I don't want you to mess up. These are the consequences of what you're doing." There ain't no consequences. There's no respect.
But see, it used to be if a belt was involved, man, no, the only thing that was going to be handed over was some tears because you was going to get it like double, triple time. But now these young kids, they handing out 2 pieces with a biscuit, man.
Right.
If you touch them.
Yeah, but you know what else? To add on to that, Mo, you have parents now that they'll beat you down if you touch their kid.
Yeah.
Don't touch my child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the village is gone because people don't allow the village to step in and help.
Right. They're not subscribing to the plan.
And I'm trying to see where that transition ended. Okay, because see, school back in our time, I don't know how it was.
Correct.
And we disrupted the class. All right.
Mhm.
The teacher ain't playing that. They had kids at home. They came to school. They know how to raise kids. All right. So when you disrespect the class, if you're a class, which I was, okay, you're getting that paddle. They had wood paddles.
Yeah.
All right. You got to take it in front of the class. Which it's a real saying. Okay. When you do wrong, here's the consequence. All right. And just so you won't do it again, we're going to embarrass you in front of everybody, so you don't have to get this embarrassment again. All right. And we understood that. And all right. And you go home and tell your mama that you got and your father that you got a paddling, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
But they got rid of capital punishment in schools.
Yeah.
Well,
now there are schools that if they send a paper home and the parent can sign if you allow your child to get paddled or not.
Okay.
I don't know how many parents send that letter back and say, yes, paddle my child.
Of course not. They ain't a silly.
Nah.
Parents says mental illness is real and crazy people tend to breed more. And you just can't take bad ingredients and make a good cake.
But Greg, you remember, when we was in school, if you was walking down the hall acting a nut, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, remember we had principals like QP. You don't see principals like that anymore.
Nope.
Everybody had respect for him, but he will snatch you up. But everyone had respect for him. Nobody tried to stand toe to toe with him.
Yep. Like when you was on the street. I remember Charles Metcalf got his brains beat out. He got beat like a Negro on the street.
But he took it though, but he also and he was one of those guys that retaliated at that time. Okay. I remember got to the high school that I went to, Westside High School. I got there in the 10th grade. Some people got there in the 9th. I got there in the 10th grade as a sophomore. And I remember Charles Metcalf because he's the one that drugged me down one end of the surge and up the other. Because,
he was my friend. He took up for me.
He became my friend.
He took up for me.
But the teachers, they knew, and this is one thing that I know about the teachers then, and I don't know if the teachers now do the same thing, okay? They knew, even though you may have been a troubled child or this and that, but they knew how to get to that child to make that child get the rest of them in order too, okay? So that one bad child would come into class and, he got in trouble, go to the office, come back, get in trouble the next day, but he's telling everybody, I can remember in the Spanish class, hey man, she trying to talk, I'm not gonna buck up against the bully of the school, so I'm gonna shut up because I told jokes. Matter of fact, shout out to Daryl Dixon, okay? Because wait a minute, Maurice. Now you know I was a funny dude back in school, but this cat got most humorous from doing handball. All right, are you serious? I told jokes. I was funny. I told jokes. I got runner up. This dude won for doing handball. I'm like, come on, dude.
You gotta let it go along with Bonita Bohannon.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go.
I mean, the real of it is there's some social gaps that have caused this craziness that we got right now in these schools. Not to mention the resources that's been, I don't know where the resources at. And how in the hell does Indiana have to pay a book rental and nobody else does?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that either.
They don't even have books. You still better pay that book rental. You will not get your high school diploma.
You won't get your
That's
diploma,
true.
and you'll have a
There are
credit.
no books.
You'll have a bad mark on your credit too.
Yep.
Oh, that's wild.
Man.
I want to say this real quick just to add to that other part of the discussion that y'all was talking about with the kids and the generational gap and stuff. I do feel that my generation, maybe my mom's a little bit too, might have been that first generation of that emotional, instead of like, how y'all was raised to kind of like buck up and just take it. Yeah. But I think my mom's generation or either my generation was like amongst the first of that emotional type generation where people started. Yeah, well, yeah, you cried. And when you cry, people like, oh, what's wrong? You okay? You good? You got coddled a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think that's what started to happen, because now you have to look at how anybody can look around and take a look at the type of laws that's set in place now, the type of people that are being protected, other than Black people and Hispanics and other stuff like that. I'm talking about now we live in other than Black and brown, because the thing is now we live in a society that's where it's socially acceptable for a young kid to want to change his gender and all the other stuff. I ain't gonna change it too much, but when you start looking at the trajectory and how everything is going, I look at that emotional part of the kids. Kids are just soft now, and you can't say a damn thing to them.
But you know what, Jeff, I really think it came in before that, because
you think so?
Think back when there were 800 numbers going across on commercials and sent home in schools where kids could call an 800 number if they felt abused.
You know what? I forgot about
there
that.
There were kids calling DCFS on their parents, calling 911 on their parents. It was rampant back, in like the 90s?
Yep.
And so I think that's really when it tore it apart, because now, the government and city officials are now telling kids, if you don't want to, you don't want to be chastised, you don't have to be. You don't have to stand for your parents spanking you. Call this 800 number. Call 911. And it was just happening so much.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy, is because I think about that, and they don't even think about the consequences. They just mama or daddy off their butt. They don't think about the consequences that they're going to be awarded the state. That's not a good thing.
But that's not even in their heads anymore. Like you said, they don't think about it. Okay. And the things that you guys are talking about, man, these teachers have to face these things. All right.
Every day.
Every day.
And there have been cases where there have been teachers that have been diagnosed with PTSD.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And that's crazy, because this is life. This is what we live in every day. How can you get post-traumatic stress syndrome? Just teaching. A long time ago, I saw some pictures. I wanted to put some pictures up to contrast it, but I didn't. Back in the day, the kids had to sit up. They made us sit up and cross our hands and put our hands on the desk and this and that. We had our books in the little cage or whatever it was. And yeah, I'm dating myself. But now kids come in, they're uniformed, but the guys come in with the uniforms, sagging pants. The girls come in, they've altered theirs, all right. The short skirts with the tight tops and this and that. I mean, and the morality of what's going on is not taught either. Okay, it's not enforced. I should to be nice little girls and nice little boys, or young men and young women. Okay, and we talked yesterday, Coach. I'm just filling you in about counselors. All right, the non-existent
role that they played. Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't think we have counselors now. We just got people helping you get your credits.
Let me ask you a question. You think I can do this? You think I do that? There's nobody guiding them. There's no guidance counselors.
Exactly.
To help them along. Guidance counselors that's strictly what they did. I think they were psychologists actually. All right. But they were guidance counselors, not a teacher that was put in there and you call them a guidance counselor, because they don't have the skills to accurately tell you. They can tell you life lessons. Okay. Yes. If you I've even heard that before. Okay. Which is why I think number one, and I hope Tanisha comes on. She's again president of the PTA at a Gary school. That's where the liaison between parents and teachers. That group, and she says only the same five people comes up every time they come to.
But you know what? I'm only speaking for the city of Gary, because I don't know what's happening in other cities.
Right.
But here, just about most of the kids have been pulled out of the public schools and put in charter schools. Charter schools have a different standard that they have to follow.
What's the different standard? Was it with grades, just to how they operate?
It's the curriculum. Okay. The curriculum is different.
From what I understand now, haven't they transferred all of the public problems into the private or charter schools now?
Well, most of the kids are in the charter schools. The enrollment for public schools is so low. That's why so many of our schools got shut down, because the enrollment was too low to keep so many buildings open. And we have one high school now. How many did we have? 5, 6?
Something like that. But
we're down to 1.
So now you're taking these kids that were in a public school,
right?
Taking them to a more structured, supposedly, charter school, more rules and more stipulations and this and that. And those kids coming in there and they're creating havoc. What does the teacher have to do in order to mesh that together? It's crazy that they have to do that. And teachers are being taught now. They get classes before they go back to school, before the school year starts, on how to get this done. It's man, I'm telling you.
Well, their curriculum is so stringent, as far as what they have to do as teachers, certain things that they have to have done by a certain time of the school year. My concern is, how do we get these schools here in Gary from being a DF grade to a higher grade? I researched every school in Gary to put my granddaughter in, and not one school in Gary is above a D. Not one school. Gina, so what does that tell me? That tells me that you're teaching my grandchild below the level that they should be taught.
You're teaching them nothing. You're going there to get a check. They're not learning anything.
I'm just telling you, they just transferred the same crap that they had in public school. Now it's over to charter school. And see, this is what's so crazy is, if I had a 1972 Pinto, it's not going to change into a Cadillac, just because of where I move it to. It's going to be a 1972 Pinto there. My whole point is this. In order for schools to work, there's going to have to be some rollback, and it may sound old-fashioned, but it's going to have to be some rollback, some discipline, some real caring about what's going on in those schools, in those classes with the teachers. Pay's definitely one of those things that's going to attract those excellent teachers, and you attract them with excellent pay. Them people over in California, they there for a reason, because they treat them like gold. And Chicago has some good pay structures, from what I understand too. You got in order for you to get that special talent and get those D's up to A's, B's, and C, you've got to be able to hire excellence. We are not hiring excellence. What we're doing is hoping to God that they fail. As the state of Indiana is hoping to God that they fail, so they put them in that system of being whatever they're going to be in Indiana. Those government dollars that they get from the government on welfare is way more than the ones they get on them taxes.
It's amazing to me, man, how the teachers, they come to school and they're literally afraid sometimes. You know, they're basically afraid, not only because of the kids, but they're wondering if they're even getting to the kids. You know what I mean? Are they doing what they need to do to get to the kids? Because they can't bring their own curriculum in there. They got to follow a certain standard of curriculum for the particular expertise that they're teaching. So, and we talked about this last night too, Life Coach. You know, we're in a African American society. All right, basically. All right. So, can a teacher or should a teacher be allowed to teach these kids, because they're not getting it at home? All right, yeah, we block this and that, okay, but all they see is Grand Theft Auto. They see people getting killed on TV. They see the drugs in the house. Okay, can these teachers bring a realization of our culture to the class? I mean, would they be in trouble if they did? You know, broke the curriculum per se.
Some people are. Some people do get chastised for breaking the curriculum because they say you supposed because you gotta teach the guidelines. You know, that's why they have state standards and stuff, because that's what you're supposed to teach. And I kind of hate that part about school, man. That state standard stuff is crap, because when you look at it, when you really look at it, it's like, what did we learn? We learned Indiana history when we was in 5th grade, and it was just about to me, it was thinking back on it now, it was like a whole cowboy Indian lesson. You know what I mean? For Indiana history. And then when we went through and you start actually learning about the whole culture of America, and then the only role that we played, and I have to say that, the only role that we played is you have the big slavery chapters, right? And then the whole civil rights paragraph that's about this big. Right. You know what I mean? And then it's like, now America is a place of diversity and inclusion. And then now in the history books, it might say a gay bill was passed. Now all the gays have equality. That might be the end of the story now. Exactly. Because maybe 10 years from now in the book, in the history book, they're going to say now trans people are going to be the ones to go ahead and move forward. I say all that to say this. When you look at us as a society and a culture, when it comes to Black people, I feel that our culture and history does have to transcend more than just being taught in the schools. We getting a lot of it now because of social media. You watch a lot of reels about our culture and everything. But when it comes to curriculum, if we're going to change that, we got to have our people protesting that part.
Yeah. Great. Everything you said is great, but you got to remember, our culture is American history.
But it's not being taught American history. I think that's the thing we're looking at. It's not being taught American history.
If you're gonna make a history book, you're gonna have to be inclusive. It's Black and brown folks is not being included.
And exactly. That's why I was saying we got the small chapter and all that other stuff.
We can say it all day till we're blue in the face, okay? But it's not reinforced. You know what I'm saying? Reinforced with the kids. They are not understanding. All right. Again, the reinforcement that they get is Grand Theft Auto. Is those TV,
shooting games.
You know, it's
yeah. But you know what? I think somebody mentioned it in the comments yesterday. One, kids are desensitized these days. Yeah. There is no social. They're not learning sociably. Anytime you have two people, or even two kids sitting together having a conversation through text message. Not speaking to each other, and you sitting right next to each other, but you're texting to have your conversation. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. And so somebody said yesterday, it has to start at home, because if you, guess what? Let the child go sit in front of the TV all day and play Grand Theft Auto, because now they're not getting on my nerves. Now they're not bothering me. So it's okay if they sit there for 8 hours in front of the television. And that's what we have to stop. Teachers can't stop that. That's in the home.
It is.
That socialization, that social part it's null and void these days.
And you have a small percentage of children that want to get away from that. I can remember my nephew, he was in 11th grade, and not saying anything bad about anybody. I'm just saying it was my nephew. You don't know. I got 6, 7 brothers, so you don't know which one. Anyway, I went to visit him, and it's a lot of stuff going on in the house. All right, and he's downstairs in his room, and he's sitting there trying to study with tears in his eyes. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, I got to get out of here. He said, I can't do anything. I can't even have a future if I'm right here. And I'm like, well,
oh wow.
And it was so sad to hear that because it's a good home, but so much stuff was going on in the home, and the parents weren't there. You know what I mean? They weren't right there. Now, true, the parents were doing their thing. They were teaching them and this and that, but he wanted more. He wanted to do more, and he saw no way. All right. Fortunately, he's doing great right now. Went to college, graduated college, he's doing great. Something changed for him, and that's the story. But again, to Gina's point, and everybody's point, it does start at home. But again, and we got off track again. We are celebrating teachers here on Dope Living TV Live. All right, and I guess we ourselves have been charged to be teachers as well. You know what I mean? So we go to these schools and talk when we see these kids on the street, because we don't want to see these kids doing stupid stuff out there. You know what I mean? So we talk to them and we tell them. A lot of them don't respect us because that's what they were taught. You can't me. Who are you to tell me this? Who are you to tell me that? My dad didn't tell me this. My mom didn't tell me this. So that's where they're at in schools. They come in with this attitude. Now, again, there are some that really want to learn. They really want to do things, especially when you get to the sophomore, the junior and senior years. They know their time is short. Okay, playtime is over now. School is social. It's social, a place to talk to everybody and be social. But that's coming to an end. Real world stuff is getting ready to come through. That's where the teachers come in. These teachers, and these are unsung heroes, man. These teachers come in and they do the best that they can. Some of them, right? I want to celebrate the ones that are doing great, but shame on the ones that aren't and don't care. Just coming up there to get a check. Check's not that big, y'all. All right. So let's go. You still got to do the job. That's the job that you chose. You chose to be an educator. Educate, and a lot of them do. You were saying something, Maurice?
I was just going to say. I mean, you're absolutely correct. I know in our schools, especially because we had a gang of counselors all the time. We always had somebody to point us in a direction. And I know all of us on this panel has got one teacher or one counsel person that said, that's my dude. I like him. I love him. I love her. All of us got somebody that pointed us in a direction and said, hey, what you're doing is stupid. Don't do that no more.
Yeah.
You and they basically, they're looking at you from a distance you didn't even know. They told you, hey, you could be this or you could be that because of this or that. Just like they was telling you about being a host, Greg, and being able to do what you did with comedy and everything, and your shows that you done had. And mine actually came from Mr. Foster Stevens.
Let's go, Mr. Stevens. I remember him.
Yeah. Yep. And being down there in the electronics lab,
yes, sir.
They was like, man, you should be somewhere else. You should be an engineer at TSU. So
that's the other thing, Jeff.
I took that and ran with it.
That's the other thing too, Jeff, the vocational classes, the vocational classes. We have Mr. Sampson, Mr. I forgot his name, but the tall, skinny black guy, man, who taught us electronics and metallurgy and stuff like that, man. Okay. Where are these teachers at now? We have a career center, but what are they teaching? How to do nails and hair? Okay, all the women gonna do that. You're gonna have the guys come in there too and do that. That's not what they want to do.
I know, right?
And one of my favorite teachers was my psych teacher, Mr. James. What was his last name? James
Taylor.
Taylor, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Psych teacher. I love that dude. He was real cool. He was really cool.
So I mean, I really want to push the narrative. Okay.
Yeah.
We appreciate the teachers. We appreciate you all. Okay. And we still, hey man, if one of y'all want to come on today, next week, or whatever, we're gonna have you on because we want to know from your perspective the challenges. What are the issues? What are the wins? And what do you expect from this school year. So I'm gonna go around the room. Okay, if you had a child in school right now, Maurice, what would you expect for this coming year from that
teacher? Depending on the grades, I've always expected a lot. I was one of those parents that showed up at school and they was like, "Oh Lord, he's here." I was that kind of dude. And a lot of people wouldn't think I used to get real involved. And I just look. I always used to tell them I raised a level of expectation up. I did not accept what you were saying about any of my kids if they had some problems. And I made sure my kids heard that, especially my oldest boy, he had some issues, but I didn't accept that as because you said it, and he shouldn't either, And they were like, well, we can't see this. They used to kill me with this. We can't see this going any farther with his career or whatever. The career path he might have chosen, he's not being successful. I said, that's right now. You don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Exactly. Tell a kid that you won't be anything. Okay, I can see what Biggie told this guy. Okay, you said I was going to be nothing but a garbage man. Okay, I'm out here selling drugs. Okay, and I make anyway. What about you, Jeff?
I think my level of expectation would be what I would choose to set and seek. You know what I mean? And I say that because I feel that there's a certain point where you, like Mo was saying, you got to be involved. You know what I mean? So I think you really won't be able to gauge that expectation unless you're trying to see it or be in it. You know what I mean? So my expectation would be pretty high, but depending on how everything goes, you had challenges, you know what I mean? And those kids have challenges too, you know what I mean? And those teachers have challenges. I kind of think if I'm looking at it as a parent, I would have to see how I could bridge the gap between the two at home,
Absolutely. Gina.
Yeah, my expectation is going to be on me. I have a granddaughter in school that I'm 150% involved in. That's how Tanisha and I know each other from me going to the PTA meetings, and she's over the PTA meetings for Thea Bowman, and I was attending the PTA meetings. My expectation has always been on me. I have always felt like I'm the one to teach what she needs to know. I'm the one who taught her cursive writing because it's no longer in school. I'm the one who, taught her how to do math, how to, read. My only thing that I want from the teachers is to let me know what's going on at school with my granddaughter. Is she doing?
That's a good one.
Let me know if she's clowning. Let me know if her grades are slipping. Let me know, because I can't see that. That's the only thing I want from them, is to communicate with me and to stay in contact with me so that I know what I need to do at home.
Okay, and I'll echo that because I want to know, and this is the mistake that I saw with some of the schools when because I had the luxury of going to my son's school whenever I got ready, all right, because I, doing my thing. I want to know when he's doing bad before it gets to that bad level. I want to know when I say bad, I mean when he's starting to fail, when he's starting to falter. Waiting until, okay, well, your son's getting F's in my classes, okay?
Report card
and the
exactly
school year is over.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that, okay? I want you to tell me right now. I even want you to tell me when he's having a good day. Tell me what he's done great today. I want to know. Is that a high expectation? Yeah, it is. All right, because you got 500 other kids, but I want to know, because those 500 other kids, 20 of those parents probably want to know. So that cuts down the stress level for you. Let me know what I need to do to make sure that my child is not disrupting your class, that my child is excelling in your class. He's doing the things that you're asking him to do. He's bringing homework home, but he's not understanding the homework. He's not understanding the assignment. All right. I need to know why he's not understanding the assignment. If I can't understand it either, then I'm going to ask you to teach me. Show me how to do it. You know what I mean?
That's a big key if you think about it, Greg. What you just said. I mean, that is a gigantic key. Like I was saying yesterday, how we learn each individual here is totally different one to the other. There's very few, if any, real teachers that can teach all of us the same thing and we'll get the same result.
Exactly.
Very few.
It's true.
You know,
Well,
and those are real teachers, and I don't think we have that in the schools anymore.
Well, we do have some great ones though, but
We have some great ones. I'm talking about we don't have a.
it's
right
time
now,
for a pause.
Gina,
It's
take us.
time for that pause. Let's go ahead and redirect, regroup, and refocus.
Right.
She don't even sound like Marcy.
I'm gonna tell y'all the first thing that came to my mind. RESPECT. That you better sing that hook, boy. You better sing that hook.
Reset.
Y'all funny, man. But yes, that's the thing. Respect people. And you know, we've been talking about a lot with the teachers, but really I want this 1 minute thought to be kind of directed towards the kids. So parents, I know that maybe your kids are watching, maybe they won't be watching, but you are watching. So teach your kids. If you're already doing it, that's great. Keep reinforcing it. But parents, keep and continue to teach your kids that level of respect that you know you deserve and you know that they need to give other people. Because right now we're in a generation to where kids really don't care. And if kids really don't care, they're either getting it from their friends at home. So you being the parent, do not set that standard for them not giving a crap. Do not set that standard for them not caring. Do not set that standard for them not wanting to respect others who are like you as an adult. Continue to instill those values, continue to instill those thoughts in your child that will provoke them to want to move and to want to learn and to continue to treat adults with respect.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Man, it's just a matter of respect, okay? And I think that these teachers do not get the respect that they deserve, not only from the kids, but from the administrators as well, all right? They need to be compensated for what they do, period. These teachers are so valuable to us, and we look at them like it's like, you know, it's nothing. These teachers go to school every single day to teach our kids life, basically, life lessons. How many of us, and I think about this all the time. So we were taught reading, writing, and arithmetic, all right? So we all need to read, because in our particular businesses, we got to read these contracts. We got to read the business plans. We got to read this stuff, all right? Writing, if we can't sign a check, because they don't do cursive no more, all right? If we can't sign up to the third grade, if you don't got it by the third grade, according to Tanisha, then you don't have it. My son writes like I mean, it's chicken scratch, but he writes like his mom. She writes chicken scratch too. So you know, they got it honestly. But the thing is, he can't do cursive if he wants to. All right. So my thing is, and the arithmetic, without the A, the arithmetic. We got to. Hey, if you have a business, you better be able to count your money. All
Come
right?
on now. You better tell them.
So, you know, we have the opportunity to learn these things from great learning professionals. And our teachers need to be celebrated. I wish there was an award show we can give, you know, like Steve Harvey does that, you know, the best teacher in the country voted. You know, it's a little jaded, but, you know, fact remains is that still these teachers are feeling really proud about themselves, about what they've done, and somebody's recognizing them. We need to recognize our teachers all the time, not just all the time, because they are doing something that we can't. I'm not gonna say can't, but we aren't doing, except for Gina. They're teaching our kids. They're giving them the tools they need to step out into this world today. Mo, we getting ready to get out of here in a minute. All right, man. Give us something to go on.
Bruh. I'm going to say it like I said it yesterday. We must, as parents, take the bull by the horns, and we got to get more involved in these schools. I mean, Gina's involved, and it takes a lot of energy, parents. But guess what? If you raise those level expectations, you start getting involved, guess what happens? Then we're able to hire those quality teachers that I was talking about earlier. We're able to hire that talent, you know, and get those folks in there.
Come on. Life coach, I know you got something.
Yeah, let's all get involved. Let's bring back that village mentality. You know what I mean? Because if one's getting involved, that's cool. We got 2 or 3, we got more than a few and several. Let's get it. Because the thing is, it does literally take a village to raise these children that we have now. So let's just keep keeping their mind sharp with positive energy, not negative stuff out here in these streets. And let's continue to just build the kids up.
Let's do it, man. Gina.
I got to get on my soapbox right now.
Get on that soapbox.
We talk, and we talk about, what we need to do to improve the schools, what we need to do to help the teachers. We have to have action. We have to have action behind our words. I'm going to always be involved in the school system because I got a granddaughter as young as 2 years old, and I'm very involved in my grandkids' schooling. When we did when the pandemic was here and we were homeschooling, that's very hard. I've heard a lot of parents say, I'm just going to homeschool my kids. You better think about that, because it's very easy to become lax. And when you become lax with teaching your children, what happens? Your child is the one that's hurting. It's very easy to say, you know what, I don't feel like it today. That's a very difficult job to have, homeschooling. But I homeschooled all of my grandchildren. And I mean, it was very difficult, but I made sure that they had the mentality that this is a classroom. This is not, you're not going to bring your toys. We're not going to cut on the television. We're going to sit here at the table, just like at the classroom, and it's classroom. No playing, none of that. And that's what a lot of parents didn't do. They didn't get their children into the mentality that this is still school, even though you're at home. The other thing I want to say is I worked in a university, and I got y'all kids when they got grown. We had a lot of adults to come in with these homeschool degrees, with these non-accredited degrees that they amount to nothing. So take some interest in where you're sending your kids to school as well. Make sure it's an accredited school that colleges will accept. Everything is accredited. You could be accredited by the DopelivenTV. That does not mean anything when you get ready to enroll in college. You make sure you do your research and you find out what kind of accreditation the degree holds that your child is getting, especially now where they're young, because there's so many that came to our university that did not have a high school diploma and they had to go back and get a GED. They didn't take that very well. But guess what? You don't have a high school diploma. You have not graduated from high school, even though they thought they did. So do your research, find out where you're sending your child. Find out most of the schools that are accredited, that are homeschool, 90% of those we did not take. And this is across the board. This is not just where I was working in a university. This is across the board. If we didn't take it, the other universities didn't either. You have to do your due diligence and be a part of your child's education, starting from the time they get into kindergarten or preschool. If they go to preschool.
Okay. I want to just say let's support these teachers, okay? But I'm gonna give my time to Life Coach Jeff. Go ahead, dude.
I have a comment for for Lore Chuck. I just want to say something. Lore, I think you need, once the episode is done, you need to replay the episode and watch like the first 5-10 minutes. We talked about people like you, Lore.
Like you, Lore.
Now, we ain't saying you a bad person. I respect your hustle, but just go back and watch the beginning, because none of us are interested. I need to let you know that none of us are interested. And if you go back and watch the show and give us another view, I'm pretty sure you'll understand why.
Yes,
all right.
Well, hey, shout out to Lord Chuck, all right? But don't
really shout
Lord,
out.
I got to tell you, Laura, I'm in real estate too. So, bye.
I'm not a bad person. I'm blessing lives. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, hey, bro, look, we understand that. And I'm not saying, he just said he don't think you're not a bad person.
No, I just said go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the show. I said that as civilized as I could, Lord. I was nice to you.
Hey, Lord Chuck, pop on. Because you don't have a face on there. Pop on.
Yeah, come on and talk with us.
Pop on with us.
Tell us about how you blessing people.
If you want us to really buy into what you're talking about right now, pop on. Send them the link, bro.
We can ready
so we can actually hear it.
If you real and if you're not a bad person, come on here. We gonna support you. All right. I'm a man of God. Yes, we all are, except for Gina. She's a woman of God.
So, that's cool. We with it, man.
Can I send you the link, Lord? We'll stay on a little longer just for you, okay? Can I send you this link to come on to the show?
I want to hear what Lord has to say.
I want to hear. Lord, come on, man. Let me send you this link.
Give us your spiel. You got to convince us, Lord, not from a chat.
And Lord, if you will watch previous episodes of our show, you would understand and know that we celebrate people with businesses on the show, don't we?
Celebrate them
all the time. My people can vouch for that.
Let's see if I can send him. Lord Chuck, where you at? Lord Chuck, add friend. I'm not gonna do that. But Lord,
but come on.
I'm gonna send you this link, bruh. Lady, whatever. Boy, your whole thing has nothing on it. Wow.
He's a man of God, so it's a he.
Okay, well, you're a man of God, but it has not. I'm even skeptical to send this link, y'all.
Put it in the chat.
He has no post, no
intro. He has nothing on his page.
Let me put it in the chat.
Let me put it in the chat. Hold on. Put it in the chat.
And he could get on.
Yeah, he can access it right from there.
Come on,
Lord. What he has to say about this $500 to $2,000. He would bless it. 2 minutes. All he needs is 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes for you, Lord.
Man, we give you 5 minutes.
Yeah, Lord, we don't need much from you, man. We just want you to come on and talk about what you do, brother.
And we're not clowning you. We are not clowning you. We are totally serious.
I'm very serious. You know what? I never speak to individuals that do what you're doing, Lord, but I'm willing to listen to you today.
And also,
I am
Lord,
willing.
I'm the comedian, so I got to clown you a little bit, okay? Let's go. Let's just read it here. Let's just read it here. I'm gonna stop it. I'll stop when I have the clown part. All right. So Laura says, if anyone's interested, I have a Cash App flip. So I'm blessing live stream. It's $500 for $2,000. I'm sorry. Anyone interested? Then he says again, anyone interested? You're interested in a Cash App flip, my man. I'm blessing lives. It's $500 for $2,000. It takes about 2 minutes to complete. Okay, that's good. I'm not a bad person, y'all. I'm blessing lives. I'm a YouTuber. Here we go. I'm going to stop right here. I'm a man of God.
Okay.
You're a man.
He says, I'm a YouTuber. I'm just going around blessing lives. Say hey to YouTube. It's 100K. I'm live.
Come on, we're live too.
We want you to be live with us.
Lord,
let's get on here, Lord. We
got 200K. This will put you up there, bro. Come on.
There's the link. Come on here. Get on here.
This will be the first time, I bet, for you that a talk show supported. I was going to say a scammer, but I'm not going to call you a scammer yet. Supported what you're doing. Marcella said, "What did you just come in on? It's your cousin."
Hey, $500 to $2,000, Marcy.
Yeah,
we're waiting. We're waiting.
Now, Laura, explain to me this. We got to send you $500 in order for us to get 2,000. Is that what you're saying? Because it says
we don't know, because Laura, we need Laura to come on and explain this.
Laura's got to explain it.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. 500 for 200. Where my wallet? I didn't get my wallet on because we sometimes I don't know how many of y'all do this, but I wear the shirts and this and that, okay, and then I have my pajamas at the bottom sometimes.
Lord said he sends the 500 back. That means you send 500 and he sends it back. That means we have to give up. We give 500 out the door.
Lord, we don't want to hear it. We want you to come.
We need you to come on though and explain it, Lord.
I don't want to do this, okay? I'm letting you talk, through the text messages right now, but we want you to come on and do it.
If you are live on YouTube,
are you a teacher?
Now Laura says that he is live on YouTube right now. So I want to challenge you, Laura, as a life coach. I want to challenge you to send me that live link. Put it in the chat so we can see you live.
That's right. There we go.
And we can show it to these people that you live talking to us, and you could communicate to us right now. You said, yeah, you live. It's 250K people right now. That's cool.
Is it going up because of us?
Maybe.
Come on, man. Lord, we want to get you on here, man. We got 1 minute left on our show.
1 minute, Lord.
If you
That's
come
all
on,
you
Lord,
have.
you come on, Lord, we'll give you 5 more minutes. All right. Send us the link.
And who knows? Lord, you might get my $500 if you come on.
Lord, look,
not until I get something from Lord.
Lord, you can take my $500. If you come on here right now, I'll give you $500. I'll give you $500 to come on. My word, let's go. Come on, Lord.
I need the link because I can't even find it on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay. Well, Lord, tell us where you're at. Give us a link. Come on, man.
Yeah, we need a link, Lord.
And I can't find a Lord Chuck.
I mean, nice name you picked. New comment. It's for a YouTube video. The fans have to see your reaction. We're trying to give you our live.
We're trying to get you our live reaction right now, Lord.
No, I'm thinking he's an AI.
Something going on because I don't think Lord's real. If Lord's real, Lord will be able to come on and show his face.
I think if Lord was real right now, he'd be shutting up.
Okay, I'm gonna say this because nobody else has said it yet, and Lord, you have gone past your 1 minute of time here. So, Lord, the first 10 minutes of the segmented video that you are going to watch, we are talking about you, and you are a scammer. Okay, so what we need you to do is, if you're not gonna send us anything, I know you might be real, but on Facebook land, Lord, you are not real right now. You know that woman who said you are not him. You are not. Yep, that's that white woman coming back saying you are not him. So, Lord, I think you've exhausted your time with us, and I think what's done is done, sir. Mr. Gray, would you agree?
I think he agrees.
I think he agrees. He's kind of
I
think he's being Lord right now.
But Lord keeps saying the same thing over and over again. He won't get on. He has the link. He won't give us any information. We're not just gonna hand. Like, again, I'm on YouTube. I don't see you. I can't find a Lord Chuck. I'm on YouTube right now. There's nothing coming under your name. So the fact that you're saying you're live right now, why can't I find you? I can't find you. When I put in Lord Chuck, it comes up Chuck E. Cheese.
Maybe Lord is short for Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe this is a kid's game we're playing right now.
Well, bro, we're going to end the show because I've had enough fun with Lord.
Lord, you're playing with us, dude.
We
don't like. We was going to support you, bro, but it's all good. Hey, look, man, we had a great week. It ended up with Lord. Lord, that's the whole point of the video. Lord, we ain't stupid. We've been in this game for a minute, all right? You're a scammer. Anyway, this is Dope Living TV Live, man. We're going to see you guys next week, all right? Have a great day.
Peace out.
Uh-oh. Now, see, yesterday, I ended it wrong. And I was
yes, you did.
What, Lord, what?
Credit, please.
I'm not, my man, but hey. Okay, then you got on our show. We didn't ask you to come on here.
This is true.
Come on, bro. You're pissing me off now, for real. I want to hang out with him for a minute. Lord, come on.
Lord opened up the door. You opened up the door, Lord.
Lord,
come on. I don't want to do this anymore.
Lord, come on here.
If Lord can't get on or give us a link, I asked for the link. I told him that I was on YouTube. I can't find him on YouTube, and still he doesn't give me anything. I don't want to play anymore.
Lord, you're a scammer. Okay, this is a true sign of a scammer. Now you're pissing me off. Okay, you're a true scammer. This is a true sign of a scammer. Okay, we are not sending you $500. We are not giving you to bless the next life. Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, look, this is Lord. People understand. Look at the beginning of this. Okay, do not fall for stuff like this. All right, because people are trying to. Now, we got 4 people on here right now that are saying, "Hey, man, look, we're giving you an opportunity to come on here, show yourself, and this and that." Go to Lord Chuck's page, everybody. All right, report him. All right, go to his page. There's nothing on there. There's not.
Please do.
There's no post. There's nothing. Nothing is on there. Lord Chuck, I'm getting ready to block you off of our page, period. Okay, don't do this. Okay, people don't fall for it. Okay, this Dope Living TV Live. All right, I'm not really pissed. I just wanted to say the word fuck. Anyway,
this is bad.
We out. We'll see you guys Monday. All right, peace.